Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Jewel and Arit here from Essetino Media, and
Hello.
welcome to the Essetino Weekly Mastermind, episode number 117.
Yes, welcome everybody to another Thursday evening live stream. My name is Orit and this is Jewel. We're founders of Essetino Media, where we help you create profitable content and make more money doing what you love. So we host these live streams every single week to be a resource for you to connect with other like-minded creators and entrepreneurs who are all working to grow their passion projects, their side hustles, their businesses, and just basically get to know one another. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. And
I was just going to say, you might have seen the title here.
Oh, yes.
It's not clickbait, it's an actual thing, and we will get into it a little bit later on. You do need to stay on because we will be going in great detail about what the greatest moment in our career was that just happened.
And it's not, I would say it's not what most people would think would be a greatest moment in our career, but it is. And we are so excited to share that with you. So let's first stop by the comments, say hello to some people. And we also like to start off, as we're saying hello to some people here, please put in the comments, what is something that you're proud of getting done that was a win for you this past week, that you checked off of your list, something that made you feel good this past week. We want to hear it, and others want to hear it as well. So please do post that in the comments.
Yeah, let's go off of that win energy, and it truly does have an energy to it. So thank you so much, Lisa, for the super sticker.
Thank you, Lisa.
Appreciate your donations. Appreciate you showing up every week, and you are always the first one.
Yes, thank you so much for your generosity. It's awesome.
We've got Brenda in the house, and she said that she can't wait to hear what it is all about. Yeah, it was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Greatest achievement. It was really crazy.
Yes.
Euphoric almost.
And we have Timothy. Hello, Timothy.
We've got Timothy in the house.
Love the many exclamation marks.
And Hoon TV to a read.
Hello, Mark. Got your invoice, but the business name is wrong. Tried emailing a few times. I never got your email. Yeah, that's why I was wondering, because I followed up, I think, once or twice. Yeah, I haven't been getting your emails, but I'll send you another email, and hopefully that goes through to you. And I have you on Instagram as well, so I'll connect with you on Instagram.
I think you can do an Instagram as well if the emails aren't going through. I know emails can be annoying sometimes.
All right, let's see who this is.
And we've got a Facebook user. I'm thinking this might be Monica.
I think so too.
Hello, nice to be here. My win for the week is 83 subs, steadily growing. And that's what you want, steadily growing.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, close to 100.
I hope it is Monica.
I'm still trying to get there.
And Timothy says that is amazing.
Yes,
your
Monica.
Greatest moment so far. Yes, up until this point, we had just experienced the hands down the greatest moment of our career and top 10 moments for life. So
stay tuned.
We've got Tracy in the house. Exciting night.
Hi, Tracy.
And
we have
Roland's in the house.
Good evening.
And Phil. Hey, Phil. How's it going?
Phil.
And Timothy. Wow. Congratulations.
Yes.
I created my first online course and I converted 3 sales. That's amazing.
Wow, Timothy. Congratulations. I know it's been a lot of time investment into putting this course together and to getting it up and running. And it's so satisfying to get those first few sales coming in. So really great job. Congrats. Amazing. Make sure you get testimonials, all right, from your students that come in. Super important. You want their feedback so you can make the course better, but also if it's already great feedback, you can take those testimonials, put it up on your course landing page.
And if I may ask, what is your price point for your course? And if, for those of you who don't know, it's an airbrushing course. Timothy went to school in New York and was taught by some of the most prestigious and renowned airbrush artists, or maybe other types of artists as well. And he went to really crazy schools, art schools, and this is why he does like such professional work. And if you are interested in learning something like that, definitely check it out. And Timothy, I will be going through your course as well, just to check it out.
You'll be learning from a master for sure with Timothy's course.
Yeah. Awesome, Timothy.
Cool.
And Monica says, I need to learn about how to sign up for the super sticker. So that's actually down on your chat. It's only on YouTube. It's not on Facebook. And when you go down to the bottom of your comments area, there is either going to be like a $sign emoji or a happy face. When you click on that, that allows you to do either a super sticker or a super chat donation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that works. All right. Thumbs up from Hoon TV.
Yeah, I'll connect with you, Mark.
And Just Meme 73. Hey, how's it going?
Hello. Where are you watching from?
All right. The course is 149. Hey, not too shabby. 149 times 3.
Very cool.
You've already, I mean, that what I was telling you on chat was that, you know, you're lucky that your course can live longer. Like your course is about airbrush artistry, and you know, it's not something like social media that changes. So your course is now an asset that you have created, and it's now going to pay you back over and over. You've spent the time to create it, and now, you know, when people purchase, it's kind of, it's not truly passive. Nothing is truly passive income, but you know, it's going to feel like it. And people are just saying thank you.
So we'll share our win with you, which also ties into one of the greatest moments of our career. Just see here a comment coming in from Monica saying, thank you. I love the new flowery and sparkly jackets.
This is actually just like a crew neck sweater.
Like a long sleeve. Yeah.
It's like long a long sleeve top. I've had this for so long. I usually pull it out during fall and winter.
We're getting a little bit more festive, I guess, as we're moving towards the Christmas season. But not yet.
Cheryl, you have a win to share?
Well, the win was actually what we were going to share. That was the big win of this past week.
I was going to share just like a different kind of win where, hold on, I'm just trying to pull up the picture here.
Another thing too is I had another client order a whole bunch of social media graphics, like a big package of social media graphics, which included LinkedIn banners, Facebook page banners, social media templates, and social sharing images, all this kind of stuff. So she has 3 different brands and amazing photos for each brand. So it was fun to play around with those color palettes and the different branding. So I'm glad I got that sent off to her, and I'm looking forward to her feedback. So that was a win.
Nice. I had like I said, a different kind of win. So I got to drive one of my favorite cars since childhood. I've always loved this car, and I've mentioned it in the past before, and got to drive it for the first time. Hoon TV might like this.
Yes.
It was, I don't know if you guys can see it.
So this is a Corvette.
Oh, I was going to ask them to guess.
Oh, whoops. Cat's out the bag.
Yeah, so I got to drive one of my favorite cars since I was a kid. I used to cut out a picture of it and put it in my agenda back when, you know, it was just magazines and there wasn't really computers. Every year in high school, you get an agenda, and what I would like to do was cut out stuff in magazines and, you know, just like decorate it basically with all my favorite kinds of things. And I used to put different pictures of celebrities and just like food or things like that. On
your vision board?
No, it was on my agenda.
Oh, agenda.
Like in the covers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would always put the picture of, at the time it was like this Mitsubishi Eclipse and the Corvette. So I would always put those kinds of cars, also the Camaro I would put on there. And yeah, it was so cool driving that thing. Arit has some cool video of her driving it as well.
It was really fun to drive. Just even pressing the start button, it's loud, it revs. So if you like that kind of thing, which I do, yeah, it's super fun. And I drive a Camaro, but the Corvette has way more bite to it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more stable and comfortable to drive actually than the Camaro, which I thought would be the opposite since it's more of a powerful car, more of a powerful engine. But yeah, it was opposite. Super, like you feel grounded in that car, in the Corvette. So yeah, I'll post some of those photos in the upcoming week.
Yeah, and that one was a 2019, and the person that we rented it from, they basically like made it look like the Batmobile. It
Yeah.
looks like the Batmobile.
Yeah.
It was just amazing things that they did to it, and yeah, had a lot of fun with that. So that was kind of a different kind of win than usual.
Mhm.
All right. Is super stickers only for live stream? Yes.
Yes.
So super stickers and super chats are only for live streams. Super thanks are for regular pre-recorded videos that go out on the channel, like our regular tutorial videos.
Mhm.
People can do like a super thanks donation. Hoon TV says, nice vet. Yeah, I thought you might like that.
It was very nice.
People are loving it. What is my favorite year? So I did used to really like the older versions, the ones that were really curvy, like the ones that are from the 70s and 80s, just because you don't really see cars that look like that anymore. But I have to say, in driving that one, I like that one. And I know that there's a 2023 version, which looks totally different too, but I really like the way that they did this one in particular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one, it's more, it's less curvy, more like rigid angles. The,
like
the
cuts.
2019, yeah, it's got
Crazy
some good
cuts.
cuts.
Yeah.
Different, this is like, could go into a different episode. I could talk
I
about
know.
this. We can have Hoon TV on here talking about these.
Timothy says he has a 1985 version.
Very cool.
Wow. And Lisa saying, happy belated Thanksgiving. Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Lisa.
Win from Roland is he finally finished cutting all the logs for firewood. There's a ton of splitting and stacking to do.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. I believe that you do this for the winter. Like that's the heat for your home.
Yeah, basically stocking up, right? Stocking up. I know that's, I mean, you're used to it, but that sounds like it's going to be quite the feat to just like stand there splitting a whole bunch of logs. But that's cool. Yeah, I saw you doing that, I think last year it was.
Mm-hmm.
And you had like a whole wall of firewood, I remember, all stacked up. It's already that time of year.
Timothy, shout out to
thank
Timothy
you
for the super sticker. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much, Timothy.
And congratulations on the 3 sales. That's amazing. At the 149 price point, that's really cool. There's a lot of people in the course creation world where they'll create a course and it's very difficult to make one sale in that kind of, especially when you're new. So that's pretty cool that you kind of already have a fan base already. You have a loyal fan base that you can market to.
And keep talking about it too in your live streams, because a lot of people, go in and out and they might have not heard about it. So don't be afraid to repeat yourself and just let people know about it. That's what it's all about. Yes, the vet is cool. I would have really enjoyed driving it. Yes, yes.
Yeah. When we were driving it, or when I was like, "Hey, don't go too fast!" Like,
how could you not go too fast?
Like freaking out because
you gotta go fast.
You don't even try to be loud in that car, and all you do is turn it on, and it has 4 exhaust pipes in the back, and it's like, and like everybody's looking at you.
100 feels like slow in that car because you feel so like, I don't know, you don't feel like you're going that fast. The inertia is really good.
Hoon TV says, I'm giving away a 3-footed monster mount for GoPros and phones when the channel hits 100 subs.
Which channel?
Yeah, I thought your channel already has like thousands of subs.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about 100,000 subs?
Yeah. Let us know,
and
Mark.
What is a 3-footed monster mount? I never.
Or do you have a different channel that we don't know about?
That's cool. Timothy said, wish I had the 1985 version. It's my favorite though. Crazy. All right, so let's get into what the title. Let me just look at the title. The title is "The Greatest Moment in Our Career Just Happened." And so, what is it? Well, this past Friday, we actually were asked to speak at our old high school. And if you don't know, Arit and I are best friends from high school. We've known each other since grade 8, and we went through grade 8 and 12, grade 8 to 12. So all the years we were there. And one of our old teachers reached out to us in the summertime and asked us to come speak in the first week of October when the kids have gotten into school and they've gotten kind of their routine down. And in specific, she wanted us to speak to the grade 11 and 12 students. And because she knows us, like she's known me since grade 8 up until 12, and she's following what we're doing on YouTube and on social media. You know, we're always posting about what we're all about and what we do. She said that she wanted the students to hear from us. She wanted us to do like this speech. And every quarter for the entire school, they have these they're kind of like career planning days where they expose the kids to different speakers and different kinds of things to, you know, pique their interest and to show them the outside world before they actually graduate.
Yeah, it's like a career conference day where they bring in different speakers from different professions, and the kids decide which ones they want to go to, and that's kind of their schedule for the day. But our Miss Carve, the lady who asked us to speak, actually put us in a time slot where absolutely the entire class needs to watch our talk. So that it was a whole class of grade 11 and 12.
And each grade has about 200 students. So in total, we were speaking to 400 students. That for me was the biggest crowd I've ever spoken to live.
In person, yeah.
And not only that, we had to do 2 separate 1-hour talks. So it was first the grade 12s, and it happened at like 11:15 a.m. And then the second talk was to be at 1:05 p.m. So we had a little less than an hour break in between. So we had to do the talk and then little less than an hour break and then do another talk. I had never done that as well.
Yeah.
Doing like 2 back-to-back talks of the same thing, basically. And, you know, preparing for the talk, we really wanted to, you know, give the message to the students that it's okay if you don't know what you want to do in life. It's okay that you're currently failing, because kind of doesn't matter when you get outside of high school. It's kind of an open playing field, in my opinion, that you don't need, you know, the good grades and stuff, because what we were trying to tell them and show them is that I got really bad grades in high school. The only grades that I did well in were art and PE, and Arit was a straight A student, but we ended up in the same place. We ended up being entrepreneurs, doing a YouTube channel, doing this. So it's like, it didn't matter that I sucked in school.
Of course it mattered. I mean, let's put a little disclaimer. Yes, you need the good grades if you want to go into those, like,
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you want to go into those professions that
say
require that.
The majority of people,
yeah,
it's okay. The majority of the people, like 95% of the people.
So the whole idea here is with these students is that there's a lot of pressure, right? There's a lot of pressure on you when you're in grade 11 and 12 to decide right then and there what you want to do for the rest of your life. And it's kind of crazy to think about it retroactively now. You know, how could you possibly know at that age? Some people do, which is great, but for the majority, you can't like possibly know what you want to stick with for the next decades of your life, because you haven't had enough chance to explore yet, explore different outlets, things. Right? And so it's not only the pressure of deciding, it's pressure from like maybe schools, applying to schools, pressure from family, society pressure, like all this kind of stuff, like just choosing a career that makes a lot of money. And we're basically saying, look, guys, it's 2022. You can make a lot of money doing anything nowadays.
Anything.
I mean, we have the greatest thing here available to us called the internet. Yes, which is a major opportunity. And there isn't just 3 career paths to go down, right? There's so many options, there's so many choices, and the path to success is not linear. It's not a straight line.
And so we did this whole talk, and we actually hired a professional videographer, because initially I was like, oh, I'll just try and film this myself with my GoPro. But I realized, like, last minute that the GoPro quality is probably not going to do well. And I was already pretty nervous to do this talk because I so badly wanted to convey this message to the students.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't want to get all choked up with my words and not be clear about the message. And so we ended up hiring a videographer. He did awesome. He's currently editing the video right now. It is a 1-hour full talk that we are going to upload to our channel. And I'll put it on my Facebook and our Instagram as well, and so that everybody can see the talk. And we wanted it to be, it's our stories. We go a little bit, dive deeper, and some things that you guys might have not heard of yet, some stuff that we haven't shared. And, we tried to make it interactive, because, they're high school kids. So
super casual.
Yeah. And we wanted to be cool and relatable. And
I think we were cool.
And it was so crazy because we were walking, like the school looks exactly the same when we went there. Everything is the same.
We knew where to go. There was no hesitation. We knew where the theater was or the washrooms were. It was a weird feeling walking through those hallways.
Yeah. And, our old art teacher, Miss Carp, she's like, all right, are you ready to speak? And we're like, oh my God, this is so surreal. And, we gave the talk, we gave it our all. And I kid you not, when I was speaking, it was like I was having an outer body experience because I'm telling my story, but I'm telling it to the audience in the drama room, the theater, right? And I used to sit in those exact seats that those kids were sitting in. And so there was a point in my talk, especially during the grade 12s, where I felt like I was like in the past, present, and in the future, because I was talking to them in the future. And I kid you not, it was totally euphoric, out of body type experience. And it's like the words just flowed out of me. I didn't script anything.
Yeah, this talk wasn't scripted at all. I would say it was, I mean, for a lot of the talks, I think we just kind of riff, and anyways, it's organic, but this one felt like the most natural, the most flow, and just, in our element. And it was really rewarding at the end of the talk as well, to have students come up to you and
hug you,
like say, that was so inspirational. Thank you so much. Because to be honest, like I remember high school, we expected a lot of them to just not care.
Be like, whatever, free class, waiting.
Just like fall asleep, right?
And it's Friday too.
Yes,
so especially,
that's right.
Like I bet concentration on Fridays are low.
But a lot of them were engaged for the full hour, and so after the talk, we had a few groups of students come up to us and say, like one, there was actually a pair of girls as well who wanted to start a YouTube channel together, but they were really scared. They were hesitating. One of the girls had previously started a channel before and was getting like some really rude and hateful comments from other students in the class. So it kind of prevented her from wanting to start again with this other channel. And so we were giving them advice. There was another girl who came up and said, I want to, your story really inspired me. And I heard that you're going into music and that sort of thing. And I want to produce music videos someday. And she asked me to be her mentor for her career project. It's a project where They have to find a mentor that you meet up with for at least 3 sessions and between now and I think
Graduation?
until graduation. And basically they have to put this project together. She has to produce her first music video, and I'll be mentoring her through the process. So I was like, yes, of course, I would love to be your mentor. It was so much fulfillment and reward behind this talk that that we can call it one of the greatest moments of our career. It's not a typical some people might have read that caption, greatest moment of our career, and might have thought like, oh, you made like tons of money, or oh, you got featured on Forbes or something like that would be typical, right? But no, it was this.
Crazy.
It really was this talk.
And you know what? Reed's missing a part when that part happened, because I saw that part. I saw the girl go up to Reed, and she was super shy, really scared, timid. And, she went up to Reed and she was talking to her. And then, Arit was, giving her full attention, because there was like a lineup of kids coming up to see us. And, when she asked Arit to be her mentor, Arit, she was getting like emotional. She was getting teary-eyed. Like, it had overwhelmed her. Like, she couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe that, someone would want her to be a mentor.
I think people hire us as their mentors or coaches all the time, right?
But it's different. Kid.
Yes. Right? It felt different with this demographic, with this audience. Because we were telling the teachers, we're used to speaking to coaches and content creators and businesses and brands and all this stuff, entrepreneurs. But it's the first time we've spoken to high school students, and they're like, oh, are you going to do a circuit around and speak to different high schools? And we're like, no, we're not booked yet.
Maybe, that'd be cool if we did.
Yeah.
But, and also another thing, when we were speaking to the grade 12s, there was a student that midway in our presentation, they were so moved that they were crying. They were like sobbing through it. And I was like, I was speaking and I just see them like cover their face and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, somebody's crying. Like, I'm like, wow, I was not expecting that.
Yeah. So because of their reaction and like that, that one person tearing up and them coming up to us and stuff, it tells me that we've hit on points, like the correct points and where they're at in their lives. They're struggling with a lot of pressure right now, having to decide what to do, and thinking like it's scary to think that you might choose the wrong thing. So that was what a lot of our talk was about, is like, it's okay. You can choose to do one thing and change your mind. And in fact, many people do. Most of the people that we know from high school who said they were going to be one thing are something else entirely, or have had multiple careers or job changes. And it's just the way things are, because we evolve as human beings, and it's not really normal anymore to like graduate, go to post-secondary and get one job and stick with that for the rest of their lives. It's like the opposite.
I had also another crazy moment when I was speaking to the grade 11s. So I've mentioned before that, the subjects that I did well in were art, and basically everything else, I either got a C+ or lower. It was very rare that I got A's or B's, like in math or chemistry or anything like that. And when we were doing the grade 11 talk just before we were starting, my grade 12 math teacher walked in, and that has been like a thing that I've been carrying around for a long time, because I felt stupid when I was going to high school because I failed math. And it was like, math was like a thing that, everybody was supposed to do. And, I felt really bad that I failed and that I couldn't keep up with my friends. It was worse that everybody else could do it, but I couldn't do it. I was the one that, failed, got the F and stuff. And so just before starting, my math teacher from grade 12 walks in and he starts going up, and I'm like, whoa, okay. Because he was a very strict teacher, and he wasn't the nicest. and he kind of didn't make you feel great when you got anything below a B. Let's just say that. And he was like nobody's favorite teacher at school. He was known as like a very strict math teacher. And we do our talk. We do the whole thing again. This is the second time. And at the end of it, I see that he's walking down towards us. And I'm like, oh my God, what is he going to say? Does he even remember me? Like, I totally remember him. He comes up to me and Irene, and he's like, wow, amazing. You guys did great. You did, like, he's just complimenting us over and over. And I'm like, whoa, where's this coming from? And I actually had a moment and I was like, oh, should I say his name?
No, I don't
I was
think
like,
so.
oh, Mr. Do you remember I failed your math class? And then he was like, oh, no, that's okay. You know what? I bet that this, helped you to succeed. I bet failing my math class helped you become stronger and succeed to where you are now. And then I looked at him like dead in the eye and I was like, yeah, it did. Thank you. And I actually thanked him, and he was just giving us compliment after compliment. And I got some crazy closure because that had been weighing on my shoulders for so long. You, like, as kids, all the crap that happens to us, you carry on. Like, you carry on into adulthood and stuff.
Mhm.
And so I feel totally relieved. And I was like, I can't believe it. And he wasn't even supposed to be there. He was actually retired, but he was substituting for another teacher who wasn't able to be there that day. So
Yeah.
it just so happened, right? Coincidence that he was there on the day that I'm speaking. And he wasn't there the day before, which was crazy.
Yeah. We're gonna
Yeah, let's
see
go
some
into
of your
the
comments
comments.
here. Monica, I see you ventured onto YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Here we go.
Wow, if only your high school selves could see you both giving the talk years later. Such an accomplishment.
It was
I
kind
never
of-
would have thought back in high school, if you told me I would have been speaking like years later, I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, we're both not the ones to do this. Like, we
Yeah.
were not the ones.
I had no leadership back in high school whatsoever.
And there was no way that I would want to get up in front of hundreds of students and like try and
Yeah.
motivate them.
Yeah. It's a crazy feeling finishing high school. I didn't have any pressure other than myself. That was back in 84. Nowadays, it's so different.
There's crazy pressure.
Yeah.
And even we asked them, are you scared to graduate? Most of the kids put their hands up.
Yeah.
Most of them put their hands up. And it's like, it was kind of shocking, we were trying to make light of it. And we're like, it's okay. But it's like shocking to see how many kids actually were scared to graduate.
Yeah.
Did you tell the story about the secret book? So I didn't dive too much into detail. I dove more into other things because they are still so young. And this kind of a concept I felt is a little bit later, because when you're that age, your brain actually hasn't developed yet into self-awareness. You're not very self-aware when you're young. And so I did like the Cole's Notes version of it.
She did mention The Secret. Yeah.
But it was not in the detail that I have done on this channel and to you guys. Hoon TV says, Uri, check your Instagram. You both need mounts. One of my mounts for your content creations.
Yeah. What is this monster mount?
Yeah, he said that it's a 3-footed monster mount, is a new channel. Those are both mounts that I manufacture.
Very cool. Okay.
I'm actually thinking of getting like during Black Friday is usually when I buy a new GoPro. So I'm probably going to get another GoPro during Black Friday sale.
I'm intrigued, Mark. I will check this out. Thanks for letting us know. I didn't know that you started a new channel. That's really cool.
Monica, excited to hear your experience.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, we really, really wanted to share this because when you give back, when you grow as a person and you share that with people, it was like that was like a life-changing moment there when we did those talks. First of all, I couldn't even believe that we did that. That was on another level. And the people's reaction, there were 6 of our teachers that were still there from earlier on. My chemistry teacher was there.
Yeah.
He came up to us
After
and
all
was
these
like,
years.
he couldn't believe that it was us. He actually walked in like a couple minutes when we started, and we were showing pictures of everybody from back then, and they're still there. And it was so nice to see everybody.
Yeah. You
Timothy.
can't connect the dots moving forward.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that quote. When we look back, the dots connect as long as we follow our passions. That is so true. So, so true. We have no way of knowing how the dots connect moving forward. And this is a big piece that we were sharing with the students is, follow your gut, like trust your gut when it comes to things, like when you're doing something and you just can't see yourself doing it for the next, couple decades, like it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like it's you. That's a signal that's telling you something. If you are, if you're being pulled towards another direction, you feel like you want to try it. You just want to give it a go at it without even thinking about how it's going to come together. This happened to me with my music, right?
Oh, yes.
I had no idea how I was going to be a music artist, but I just knew that I wanted to sing in front of an audience. I just knew that I wanted to write a song. I just knew, it just starts there, and you just got to follow that step by step. I know what you're going to share.
Two things I want to share. So when we were saying, like, you guys, pay attention if you're doing something and, you're so happy doing it and time goes by, hours and hours and hours, that's a clue. We kept saying these are clues for life.
Yeah.
And then there was a funny moment because, they're kids, right? Where, I'm saying that and I'm like, because I would say that I can do art for 8 hours and just time flies. And, that's something that, I paid attention to, and I'm kind of still creative now. And then one kid was like, Netflix, like I like doing Netflix all day long. So is that what I should do? And I'm just like laughing, just like typical.
I think a lot of us can do Netflix for
high school
hours.
reaction.
Yeah.
And then here was another epic moment. Okay. We were doing the second talk for the grade 11s and we finished it. And then there was like, one kid who raised her hand up and like she wanted a question.
Mm-hmm.
And then we didn't really like do any questions or anything. It was just present and then we end.
But I did ask any questions because we had a few minutes left over for this class for the
we didn't ask
class.
Questions in the other one, but
yeah.
Reed asked a question and this girl puts her hand up, right? And then I'm thinking, oh, what's the question, right? And she goes, oh, okay, so you're a singer. Can you sing for us? And then she literally puts Arit on the spot. There's like 200 people in the audience, and she's like asked that, and everybody can hear. We're all looking at Arit, and Arit's like, oh, well, you put me on the spot here. Well, I'm changing my genre of music. I used to sing pop, but I'm going to be doing like cinematic, ethnic pop.
Cinematic, yeah.
Yeah, and then she's like, okay, well, can you sing one of your songs? And then Arit's like, okay, and then she starts. I can tell that she's thinking, and I'm like looking at Arit, and I'm like, oh my god.
I was resetting.
Oh, she totally put her on the spot, and then I'm like, what is she gonna do? And then all of a sudden, Arit bursts into song. Okay, she starts singing her song Cleopatra, which is on Spotify, and she goes full range, and all the kids freak out. There was one girl who looked like she was gonna fall off her chair. The kids start pulling out their phones and they put the light, like lighters,
like
back
you're at
then.
A concert.
Yeah, and they're like waving around, and Arit's doing this like a cappella song and verse, and they're all like,
and they were cheering.
Out. There's a bunch of kids just like filming it, and there's like people in the back, and then we're all like, we're just
so you might see me on TikTok. I don't know if one of these kids posted. They're probably posted a video being like, look what happened in class today.
Yeah, so that was like a random epic
Yeah.
moment.
So I sang a verse and a chorus of Cleopatra. It was really cool to see like the whole row in the back of kids like waving their phones with the lights
And the reaction,
and
that
they
one
loved it.
girl almost fell off her chair.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
literally.
like, I can't wait for your album, because I was telling them I have a new album coming out next year, and she's like, I can't wait to listen to that.
Yeah, and so that was like, that ended the day. Like that moment like ended the day. And so that was totally surreal. That was totally surreal. I was happy for Reed that, you know, that moment happened. And yeah, I bet the kids, like, they weren't expecting that
It was
at
fun.
all.
I don't think anyone was expecting that.
Even like the teachers.
It was an impromptu moment.
Mr. Bevan was like, whoa, what?
Yeah, it was perfect. That whole day was perfect. Yeah, many firsts, I would say, like doing 2 of those talks, the same talks,
Largest
back to
crowd
back,
speaking.
in person with high school kids, being randomly asked on stage to sing while you're doing a talk for your business. Yeah, it was really cool.
And apparently, the teachers were telling us that we are the only alumni from that school to come back and do a talk to the kids.
Yeah.
That was like the first ever. And we're like, what? We got the first alumni award.
Yeah. No award, but
there's no actual
bragging
award.
rights, I guess you could say. Yes.
So yeah, that was hands down the greatest moment of my career. Top 10 for life moments. This has beat out any monetary thing that has happened. It beat out the $10,000 in one day.
It's super rewarding.
It beat out all that, any monetary thing, because it was like, it really meant something to us, especially because that was our old high school.
Yeah.
And, you know, in between talks, I was sitting in the seats looking where I would be speaking. And I'm like, I used to be sitting here, man, like scared, stressed, anxiety for life. What am I going to do for life? I thought my life was doomed, really, you know, because at the time there wasn't social media and literally all these options. It was only the 5 options. It was like doctor, lawyer, engineer. And I was like nowhere near smart enough to do any of that stuff. So I thought I was doomed, you know, I wasn't going to have a good life. But the opposite happened, and I actually have a really fun, exciting life where we get to do stuff like this. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So that was our greatest moment in our career.
Ta-da! All right, let's go into the comments here. Hello, Liat, popping in to say hi.
Hey, Liat, how's it going? And Cheeks of Product Patrol.
Hello. What movie?
Already getting into the Halloween.
What movie are you watching, Cheeks? I'll bet you'll do well in math today. Yeah.
I don't know.
You do good calculations now when it involves money.
When it involves like profits and profit margins,
that's when you're good at math.
I can do that. But,
yeah.
The other day I was doing like fractions or whatever, and I was like, I didn't choose to do fractions, but it was for cooking, and I was like, okay, I don't know what this is. Grandmaster White Lotus. Hey, where are you watching from?
Hello.
And I cannot wait to see the singing on the video. Yeah, we have to get that part too. It's not going to be in the version that we're putting out because it was kind of like a sudden moment. We also didn't want to film the audience just for confidentiality reasons, right? Minors. So I think what we're going to do is take the raw footage from the singing and just like release it as a separate fun, shorter video or something like that. But yeah, we'll share that with you guys. Wow. Yeah, that's hard without music and being on the spot in front of everyone. Yeah, you get used to singing a cappella as a singer, meaning without music, right? The music was playing in my head. Let's just say that. Tracy said, great story. Thanks for sharing. That was an amazing story. Glad you shared. Yeah, we'll be sharing the video soon. It's currently getting edited. We went through the edits last night. Brenda says, I loved hearing your story. Well done, both of you. If illustrated what success looks like. It illustrated what success. It illustrated. Yeah. Right? Like for me, the
that definition of success in that moment was like how fulfilling and rewarding it felt to be able to make an impact on these kids. And their feedback after the talk, and that was like, that's success. That was such a gem of a moment.
A very once in a lifetime, hopefully not rare moment. Hopefully we have more of those moments. Timothy says, love the testimony, ladies. I'm watching from the US. I've been watching your Camtasia vids, but I'm now learning Premiere Pro. Nice. Yeah, I actually don't know how to use Premiere Pro, but
how do you like Premiere Pro in comparison to Camtasia?
Yeah, and where in the US are you watching? There's a lot of people here from the US too. Cool. All right. So yeah, that was our greatest moment. Just wanted to share it with you guys. And we wouldn't have gotten this opportunity if you don't put yourself out there. We actually traced how we got this. We're like, how did we, out of everyone, get to speak at the school? Like, I never asked to do. The thing is, when you put yourself out there, these random
things come to
happen.
you. Yeah, the opportunities come to you.
Yeah. And we were tracing it back, and it all stems into sharing our story on social media, putting it out there, what we do, and just genuinely like wanting to help people, like wanting to help people succeed with whatever it is they want to do.
It's actually interesting because this teacher that asked us to speak, we realized on that day that we wouldn't have been good friends if it wasn't for her, because she put on an event in high school. It was a lip sync contest, and she was asking different students to participate in this lip sync contest because she was in charge of running the events at school. And nobody wanted to do it from the grade 12 or the grade 11 class.
To dance in front of the whole school.
Right? Yeah. A pretty scary moment. But I was for it. She was for it. We were like, we knew of each other, but we weren't like hanging out regularly or anything like that. And it was because of that we had to like meet up and practice. And
we put a group of friends together. There was about 6 of us, and me and Arit became the leaders of this group because we cared the most about actually winning this not really real competition. It was just a fun competition, you know, but initially I didn't want to win. I was just, our teacher was just like, oh, you guys should join in.
It was just a fun thing.
I don't have any contestants, and we're like, oh, that's different. Should we? And then we became obsessed, and then we wanted to win. And it was like every day after school, we would practice this dance routine with all of us. And I took it very seriously, and Arit took it very seriously.
Yes.
And we were like in charge of like, no, you're supposed to go over here, and you need to do the kick at that part, and pull out, whip out, throw your jacket down over there on that.
It was very much a choreographed moment by moment show.
Yeah. And so that's how we became friends.
It was because of her.
Competition.
Yeah. So it just comes around full circle, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting how things do that.
Oh, Jojo, you missed the craziness.
Jojo, you'll have to watch the replay.
Oh my God.
And hello.
Yes,
lovely
hello.
to see you.
Thank you so much for tuning in. But we just went through like all the craziness of the story. You got to hear it. Definitely catch the replay because we're about to end it.
Grandmaster White Lotus says Premiere Pro is pretty chill. I-14, not lots of kids my age. Can say they're learning Premiere Pro. Oh yeah,
okay,
that's
cool.
true. That's true. It's similar to Camtasia, but it has its own limits.
Yeah, Camtasia definitely does have its limits for sure, because Premiere Pro, you can edit movies on it. So,
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, glad you're enjoying it. Have fun with that. And thank you so much, everybody, for listening to our story. And we will have that video probably out next week sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Roland. He says, let's do a virtual wave for our friends. Yes, hit the like button as well.
And we'll do a physical
if you've
wave.
Enjoyed this story. We very much enjoyed sharing it with you guys. So thank you for showing up this evening. Thank you so much to Timothy and Lisa for those super chats.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you guys.
Timothy, thank you so much. Congrats on your 3 sales. Amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
And
And we'll
Lisa?
see you again next week, guys. Next Thursday, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Ooh, Felix.
Oh, Felix.
You two are making Thursday special. Amazing. Well,
Thank you for that comment. That's a good comment to end on.
yeah, you guys make it special for us. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. And we'll see you next week.
Bye. Have a good weekend.